Alles Klotz Productions.
GFrom, the gamer, the legend, he's come to show you the way in this world of games. GFrom reviews.
In 2009, one of my first reviews I ever made was about Alien Trilogy for the PlayStation. It's still one of my most watched episodes, and it looks like complete shit. Even for those days, it's unacceptable. For higher quality, screwattack.com. Rest in peace, brother. That's not the only reason I'm coming back to this game 12 years later. When I was rewatching the video, I couldn't believe what I said.
Personally, I don't like FPSs in general, but this game still made me its bitch, because this is my favorite first-person shooter of all time.
Now that's a pretty bold statement. My favorite shooter of all time? Well, let me explain.
Back then, I really didn't play shooters at all. I played Half-Life, Timesplitters 2 and 13. That's about it. Meanwhile, I have played a lot more shooters. It's still not my favorite genre, but I have not just beaten, but completed every single Far Cry game out there, for example.
So with that in mind, is Alien Trilogy still my favorite first-person shooter of all time?
Going into this project, there are a couple of things I remember from the last time I played this game, which was for the video in 2009. I have never beaten this game without cheats. The enemies are too tough and your initial weapons don't do much damage at all. The level layout is confusing and I never got past level 5 without cheating. I like the game because of its atmosphere and the music.
If that's enough to make this my favorite game of the genre, you know that doesn't mean much.
So for my first attempt in many years, I'm going to play this game on easy and then we'll see how far I can get. I didn't even know there were difficulty settings in this game until now. No cheats are allowed.
I have no idea what to expect, so let's grab our PlayStation controller and dive right in.
We're off to a great start. Listen to this. As much as I love the startup sound of the PlayStation, it's not supposed to carry on into the game like this.
Sadly, a bunch of my old PlayStation games have problems with the sound, so I guess that's just something that will get worse in the future.
As you would expect, Alien Trilogy is based on the first 3 Alien movies. The game was released in 1996, so Alien Resurrection wasn't out yet. The storyline is not based on the scripts of the movies, however, as they only focus on the settings. Oddly enough, it starts with the second film, Aliens, on the colony complex LV-426. Contact has been lost with the colony. The company doesn't want anyone to know that they deliberately infected colonists in order to smuggle alien specimens through ICC quarantine. They send in marine troops to investigate and hope to bring a xenomorph in alive with the help of Ellen Ripley, the main character.
Good luck, Ripley.
Of course, everything turns to shit and it's up to you to kill every alien in sight. Oh man, this title screen brings back so many memories. Still to this day, I think it's one of the best pieces of menu music I have ever heard. So here we are, the first mission briefing. We are in a corridor and only a few steps in, a facehugger appears in front of us. One shot and it's dead. We can shoot these crates which give us all kinds of goodies, like in this case, ammunition for the 9mm and the shotgun. We only have the 9mm as of now. Already I like the atmosphere with the calm and mysterious background music. Apparently we can't shoot the barrels with the 9mm, so we have to find a different weapon. We have to activate a lot of switches in this game in order to open doors and other things. In the upper right corner you can see your life bar. You start with 100, but for every derm patch you pick up, the bar goes up by 1 point. The automapper is a useful tool. It shows you doors, destructible crates, switches and so on. It zooms in way too close though, in my opinion. It doesn't take long before we find the shotgun, which is one of the best weapons in the game. Now we can finally shoot those barrels. Sometimes there are aliens inside the crates. Since we want to kill every single one of them, we should also destroy every crate we find. One of the most useful tools in this game is the motion tracker. That little bastard ran away, but we are alarmed when it's getting close. But holy shit, what the hell is that? A warrior alien already? Thank God for the run button. These guys are really strong, but on easy mode they don't seem as aggressive as I remember them. But don't even try to shoot the warrior aliens with your 9mm. It takes forever, and when there are 2 on your tail, you have to use the shotgun. But never stand still or they will drain your health fast. So try to run away when they get too close. A third one! Jesus, this is only the first level. It takes about 3 to 5 hits by the shotgun to kill a warrior. So for the face huggers, I used a 9mm, even if it can be a pain in the ass to aim with this thing, as the aliens often run towards you in a zigzag pattern. Medkits give you 20 health points back, but only up to a maximum of 100. Here we find our first battery. Some switches need these in order to function. At the end of most levels, you get to see how well you did. So it seems I missed some aliens, but got all the secrets and completed the mission 100%. Nice. So here's a sweet password for you. Or you could just save the game. Those 4 save slots will come in handy later, I can tell you that. Level 2. Wait a minute, I keep the energy from the last level? Oh, now I remember why this game is so tough. The second level immediately throws a warrior in your face, so we can't take breaks here. It is here that we discovered that aiming on stairs is a bit of a pain. This game was of course made for the original PlayStation controller, so we have to walk with the D-pad and don't have analog sticks for vertical aiming. The damaged steam vents hurt you, so let's take a different route. Man, these aliens are really hard to see in the dark, and this isn't even one of the darkest levels. In addition to shotgun shells, the shotgun also carries seismic charges. These can be used to access hidden areas. It's very important to look for these areas as they mostly offer plenty of goodies. The automapper doesn't show all of them, so it can be tricky to find every single secret. In this case, we get a freaking flamethrower. Hell yeah! The sound in this game is outstanding. Sometimes you can hear which type of alien is behind that door, so you can prepare mentally for your upcoming battle. So I actually missed a bunch of aliens in this level, but it doesn't really make a difference. In between some levels, you get to refill your arsenal. You can only access these levels if you got a good mission score on the previous level. If you skipped parts of your mission, you'll miss out on a lot of essential ammunition and health. So here we have 60 seconds to pick up everything we can get before the area has to be evacuated. Luckily, there are no aliens in this area. In level 4 we encounter our first human enemies, the security guards. It is here that you realize just how useless the 9mm is. The guards don't do much damage either, so this is just a total shitfest. There's a vest in the pool, but I want to kill the facehuggers first. If only I could aim down.
Spoiler alert, there is a way to aim up and down. I just hadn't figured it out yet.
The acid vest gives you additional health, 100 armor to be exact. I discovered a weird thing where sometimes the aliens just stand there and don't do anything. I like this part. The lighting is awesome. The vest protects you from almost everything except fall damage. The fall damage still drains your regular health. This part overruns you with facehuggers. They don't do a lot of damage though. Whoa!
Ah, my face!
Well, to be honest, although it looks scary and blurry, it just takes away a little bit of health. And of course you can't see anything, so it's more annoying than anything else, especially after seeing this 3 million times.
So far the levels have been pretty easy, I must say.
I don't think I've ever beaten level 5 without cheating. Here we have to collect ID tags. By now, the levels get a bit repetitive in my opinion, but we'll see if that will change anytime soon. This is the first level where we encounter some chest bursters in these tubes. They are pretty fast and tougher to kill than your average facehugger, but with the flamethrower, it's no big deal. If this game does anything right, it's atmosphere. These flickering lights make me quite nervous. You're expecting an alien around every corner, and for the most part, you're right about that. You can shoot some of the lockers. It's important that you do, because they don't only contain ammo and health, but ID tags as well, and these are essential for the mission.
You don't want to restart the level just because you forgot an ID tag somewhere.
You're goddamn right.
This is the room I remember failing at back then. I don't know if it's because of the difficulty setting, but I'm doing pretty well so far. And I hope it's only getting better, because I just found myself the pulse rifle.
Cha-ching!
Next up, it's refill time. Get as much stuff as you can in 60 seconds. Well equipped, we enter level 7, the garage. While wearing camouflage, waiting for my entourage, giving me a hard-ass motherfucking back massage. Shout out to King Solomon and Giggles, yo. Finally, a different setting. This is the first huge level where you can get seriously lost. There are so many aliens here and I found myself getting slightly paranoid. The only thing keeping me sane is my favorite track after the title song.
Even though I haven't played this game in 11 to 12 years, I still come back to the soundtrack on a regular basis. It's one of my favorites.
One of the most annoying aspects of this game are the lifts. You push switches in order to activate lifts, but some of them go down as soon as you enter them. That sucks because I needed to get over here and now I can't get back without taking fall damage. That's some bad game design right there. Unless there's a trick I don't know about. With the pulse rifle, it's easier to get those warriors from a greater distance.
In theory.
It can be quite difficult to aim when they run at you in a zigzag pattern just like the facehuggers. I only got 73% of the mission, so I don't get to play the next refill section. So we jump from level 7 to level 9. This is where shit gets really nasty. Not only does this level overrun you with aliens, but they throw synthetics at you as well. And they take a lot of damage before they get down. About 12 shotgun shells for example. They are really slow and don't hurt you that much, but still, what a waste of ammo. Oh hello, a secret lift. And of course, there are 2 aliens coming from both sides. In these narrow spaces, it's tough to avoid taking damage. When dealing with warriors, I often shoot at them while going backwards. But that can bite you in the ass, because now I got one of them coming from behind. God damn it! In this level, we get to see our first alien eggs. If you don't shoot them fast enough, you'll have to deal with a lot more facehuggers, so destroy every last one of them. This is the first part that really gave me trouble. There are so many warriors here. I tried to shoot them from a distance, which kind of works because they are just standing still. But while I was doing that, one of them came up to me. Oh man, now I'm fucked. There's something down here, but I'm not risking losing more health when I'm almost dead. This is stressing me out. There's one more down there, but luckily the AI isn't smart enough to get up. The best way to deal with the synthetics is to use grenades that come with the pulse rifle. The grenades are faster than the seismic charges and therefore better. You can only hold up to 20 grenades though, whereas I haven't seen the limit of the seismic charges yet. Man, I got to pay more attention. Fuck! I died because I ran into the fire. Stupid idiot! After a death animation, it's back to the title screen. No checkpoint, no nothing.
So we have to play this level all over again.
Game over, man. It's game over.
By the way, depending on how you died, you get a different death screen. Pretty cool if you ask me.
Whew, I barely made it back to this part, carefully navigating past the fire. The shots by the synthetics knocked me back. That's going to be a problem. Oh my god, what's this? Are we entering the alien lair? I have almost no health left. Thank god for these medkits. And of course a warrior attacks me instantly. Oh no, another one? Fuck! Of course I can't use grenades when the enemy is this close. God, I'm so fucking stupid. So we're back once again. I was a lot more careful this time, but my aiming sure hasn't gotten any better yet. Whew, we made it. Only 25% in the mission, but fuck it. I'm not sure if this would have counted on any other difficulty setting, but I don't care. Let's continue. Of course, this means we miss out on yet another refill level. So we go from level 9 to level 11.
The music is more menacing. That can't be good. Right?
I mean, just look at this place. There are aliens on the ceiling which I can't aim at. Or can I? I just had to look into the instruction manual. Hold L2 and push circle to look up and triangle to look down. Well, that's awkward. You can barely see the aliens in this pixelated mess, which makes it even more unsettling.
The fear of the unknown might be our biggest fear.
It doesn't help that there are colonists everywhere begging for help. Sounds taken straight from the movies. Nice touch. Shoot them and you'll occasionally get rewarded with ID tags. If you don't shoot them, deal with the chestbursters. There are even more alien eggs lying around here.
What does it mean?
The level ends with a maze. Oh, that's just great. As if I wasn't paranoid enough, I have to go through a maze crawling with warriors. It's nerve-wracking, but I beat the shit out of this level. It's time for the final level of this chapter. There are eggs everywhere, which can only mean one thing. A giant chicken!
Well, that's a ugly ass chicken.
It's smart to destroy all eggs first, because the alien queen only attacks you once you attacked her. She clearly doesn't give a shit about you killing her whole family. The alien queen is infamous for the amount of damage she can take. You would think that this battle would be difficult, but it really isn't. Every time you hit her, she freezes for a moment, giving you even more time to hit her. So although you lose a lot of ammo, you shouldn't lose a lot of life. And this concludes the first third of this game. With the exception of level 9, which really kicked the shit out of me, it hasn't been that difficult up to this point. Sure, some of the levels are a bit confusing and it's hard to see sometimes, but I have a lot of health and ammo left for the second part, so let's check it out. The second chapter of Alien Trilogy takes us to the setting of Alien 3, the prison, which is now on the same planet as the colony? Whatever. What does this remind me of?
Both from 1996.
The mission briefing has a different background. Well, if that doesn't tell you things are going to be different, I don't know. But before we start, you know what annoys me? If you don't tap but hold the X button to exit the briefing, Ripley fires her weapon. This happened to me on most levels, and I hate it. Such a waste. Level 1 of Section 2 starts off by confronting you with a new enemy immediately, the company soldier. They're no big deal and most of them give you pulse rifle ammo when they're dead, so that's nice. We also get to see a new alien, the young dog alien. In my opinion, these are the most useless enemies in the entire game. They're very slow, easy to hit, and don't take many bullets. So for this fact alone, this level is really a step down in terms of difficulty. The chest bursters and facehuggers irritate me way more. There are a bunch of enemies here, but I constantly get more ammo for the pulse rifle. If anything, I thought the layout was confusing, and even though I ran around like a dick for way too long, I missed half of the mission goal. But I found a bodysuit which gives you 200 armor. Now I'm practically invincible. In level 2 we have to look for ID tags again. There are company soldiers everywhere, and by now the sound of the pulse rifle really starts to get on my nerves. So once again, the enemies weren't the problem, but I just didn't know where to go or what to do next. I was missing a battery and kept looking everywhere multiple times. Moments like these frustrate me and make me lose interest. But I kept looking and even used the night goggles for the first time just to see if that would help me. Yes, you can see better for a short period of time, but in my quest for progress it was deemed ineffective. If that wasn't enough, the music started fucking up and I just got this for over 3 minutes. Not in the pause menu, only during gameplay. This is just pure torture. Then I got no music at all. Weird. The missing battery was in a locker. It's like I told you, you have to look everywhere. I'm not a fan. The third level throws even more company soldiers in your face. It's pretty straightforward. With the exception of the lifts, which I had to activate a number of times before I got it right, there was nothing in my way of progression. I like that the level design offers some more variety in this section. In level 4 you have to deactivate gas pipes in order to move on. Again, it throws so many enemies your way, but I never lose much energy. These young dog aliens are a joke. It has to be because of the difficulty setting, right? We start to see eggs again. Does this mean another
giant chicken
is near? This level was just straight up confusing to me. Secret rooms, activating lifts, but it's all worth it. In the last secret room of the level, we find the smart gun. This is hands down the best weapon in the game. We'll see why later. Although it took me a while, I did quite well here. In level 5 we finally get to refill our ammo and health again, taking a break from all the mindless shooting. It's time to meet new foes. Level 6 introduces 2 new enemies. First, the stormtroopers, alien handlers. These are the most dangerous of the company enemies. Not only do they have a pulse rifle, but they shoot grenades at you as well. So as soon as you hear the sound of the grenade launcher, run. The second new enemy waits behind this door, the adult dog alien. It's pretty much like the warrior alien, just way easier to see. And it takes slightly less bullets to kill it. But from now on, this is the alien you have to deal with. This has to be the most confusing level yet. Some switches activate platforms you can step on to get to a higher level, and I found myself running back and forth a lot again while dealing with all sorts of enemies. But again, I did quite well, I think. Some of these mission briefings just confused the hell out of me. Why do I have to do all the dirty work to allow a follow-up crew safe access?
It's not like I'm immune to any of this.
Level 7 sees the return of the synthetics. I hate those bastards. Although you can aim down to a certain extent, it's not easy to pull off. Oh shit, what's this? 3 aliens behind bars. I have never felt so safe in my life. Fuck! When I played this, I didn't realize why I took so much damage here. There was no enemy in sight. Turns out it was too damn hot in here. Once again, this level wasn't that hard. I mean, look at the amount of health I've got. I wonder when we'll get to a point where I can't handle the amount of enemies. So far, I seem to pull through. Level 8 gives you another opportunity to get some ammo and health. We are already at level 9 and to be honest, so far this chapter has been far less challenging than the first one. This level changes that, at least according to the menacing music. No, but really, this level is a ball buster. First of all, it's the most confusing level of the section in my opinion. You have to open and close a large number of doors and that is frustrating to put it mildly. On top of that, this level has a unique enemy that only appears here. It's not even mentioned in the instruction manual. It looks like a regular adult dog alien, but it takes so long to kill it. If you don't use grenades or seismic charges, be prepared to waste a lot of ammunition on these assholes. I'm talking up to 25 shotgun blasts. Only the queen is stronger. This puts even more pressure on you trying to navigate through this maze of a level. Thank God for the smart gun, which auto-targets the enemies. After all these not so hard levels, this one ramps up the difficulty by a mile. But even this level couldn't take away much of my health. Now we're already at the final level of section 2. It's basically the same as last time. Destroy all eggs and kill mommy. That's it. I wonder why I thought the first section was more difficult than the second. There were no warriors in the Alien 3 levels and those are the toughest and most scary enemies. Going from warriors to young dog aliens seemed weird to me, but I'm not complaining. With the exception of level 9, none of the Alien 3 levels were as stressful as some of the Aliens levels. So what happens now? Ripley discovers the bone ship from the original Alien movie.
So we started with the second movie, then the third, and now the first? Well, makes fucking sense to me.
Oh, a new loading screen. We're immediately inside the bone ship. The setting is awesome, and what the fuck? Aliens coming out of walls?
Oh shit!
Yes, we have to get used to that. Still no warriors, but dog aliens coming out of walls is also the stuff of nightmares. Even alien handlers are on board this ship. And if the game wasn't confusing enough already, now we have to look for invisible walls to find certain switches. Yes, these are switches. Man, now I have over 300 health points, plus armor.
Nothing can stop me.
I still wish there weren't that many aliens coming from every angle. But would you look at that? No big deal. Level 2 is an area that we will come back to quite a few times in this section of the game. Essentially, it's just a circle full of a certain type of alien. Here we have facehuggers. There's a bunch of stuff to pick up here. Find the exit and on to the next level. Took me about 3 minutes to finish this. By this point, I got a little cocky and thought I would beat the rest of the game with ease.
Boy, was I wrong.
Level 3 is the point where things got out of hand. Why? Well, this level is a mess. It's the most confusing level in the entire game. For the life of me, I couldn't figure out what to do and I kept failing the objective over and over again. Once you fall down into this area too early, you're screwed. The alien handlers really piss me off in this level. There are so many of them. It took me a while to realize that you have to go into the acid in order to hit a switch which opens a timed door which you have to get to by navigating through an acid maze. What the fuck is this shit? And when you try to get out of here, you have to run up these slopes, which is a bitch, and because of the limited view, I often overshot and fell into the acid again. Fuck this level. In this area there's acid on the floor and at some points there's no way to get past it without getting hurt. By this point I didn't understand that there are acid boots in this game which protect you from acid for a limited time. And by God, there are so many dog aliens here. This is also where I realized that the aliens on the ceiling don't do anything to you. They just follow you around, but they don't hurt you. Did the programmers forget to give them an attack? It's so weird, like they're just trying to be a friend or something. On top of all this bullshit, this level contains the only track I genuinely dislike. After over 30 minutes, I finally beat the level, but I had lost a lot of health. That's why I restarted this level and tried again. This time I had a lot more health, but I had lost so much ammo.
What's better, low energy or low ammo? I'm going with low ammo, hoping to find some very soon.
Level 4 is the circle again. This time it's full of young dog aliens. Just find the exit. Level 5. Oh boy. This is by far the hardest level in the entire game. I mean, I had a disadvantage because I lost so much ammo in level 3, but still, this level ripped me a new one multiple times. Our best friend the warrior is back, full fucking force. They are so much stronger than in section 1, which is great considering the amount of ammo I don't have anymore. On top of that, the synthetics are also back, wasting even more of my precious ammo. I really don't know how to handle this, there are so many warriors. Almost all of my weapons ran out of ammo by this point. These energy fields even drain your energy when you pass through them. Great! The next area throws even more warriors at you. Just look at this mess! I got to the exit too early, missing all of the ID tags, so I had to restart the level. This time I went a different way and I just got slaughtered. So I tried again, and failed miserably. I really thought it couldn't be done. I got so stressed and was thinking about quitting altogether. But I wanted to give the game a chance, by using cheats.
Hey, just a practice.
So I put in the most iconic PlayStation cheat I can think of. I got pink acid boots on. I've known this cheat since I was a child. With infinite ammo and health, I ran through the level to think of a strategy to beat it without cheats. Even with cheats, this was an exhausting experience. How are you supposed to beat this hellhole? On my next attempt, I reloaded my save file without cheats and really took my time. I managed to find an adrenaline burst pack, which raises your energy to 200 health points. I had a good run until I fell into the acid near the end, losing almost all of my life. I hated my entire existence by this point. But with almost no ammo and no health, I finally made it. But can I go on like this? How am I supposed to beat the rest of the game like this? Should I repeat the level again? Maybe I'll do better.
Fuck no, I will not put myself through that again. No fucking way.
But thank God, level 6 gives you 45 seconds to get all the ammo and health you can find. It wasn't that much, but better than nothing. In level 7 we are back in the circle again, this time facing adult dog aliens. Level 8 is another one of those levels where you start to question all of your life choices that led you to this point. Immediately you are dropped down to an aggressive warrior. Already you can hear more of these beasts. Again you are dropped down to 4 warriors at once. Lucky me got 2 of them with a grenade and one of them was just standing there. The slaughter continues with 4 more, but I accidentally slid down the slope and escaped all of them except one. But here we have more synthetics. Oh, it never stops. This part is creepy as hell. While sliding down you can try to maneuver yourself to these little rooms. But of course there are aliens in there. Thank goodness for the health upgrade, otherwise I don't think I would have survived this. Everywhere you go, they're out to get you. By now you have a lot of ammo again, which is a slight relief. I realized way too late that you can shoot these things. Most of them contain derm patches, so shoot them all. Now this is one of the toughest parts of the entire game. Once you go through this energy field, be ready for the fight of your life, because you have to fight over 30 warriors and 2 synthetics. There are 7 switches you have to activate. They all open doors with up to 6 warriors each. It's an all-out war, but I managed to get out of there alive. Jesus Christ. This was the level with the most warriors by far, I think. But it wasn't as hard as level 5 because I was better equipped and got a bit lucky here and there. In level 9 you get to restock for one last time. 45 seconds. Go. We're back at the circle for the 4th time. Now the area is full of warriors and facehuggers. As usual, fight your way through them, pick up everything you can get and find the exit. We're getting closer to the ending. Level 11 is the last real level and already we are attacked by a warrior. They are way more aggressive than in the beginning of the game. The eggs are back.
Giant chicken.
This room is the worst when it comes to shooting at moving targets. It goes up and down and aiming becomes almost impossible. It just plain blows. But what I can say, this level is a cakewalk compared to the last 2 big levels. It falls more into the annoying category because of bad level structure. Is this the final level? Not quite yet. In level 12 we return to the circle for one last time. And boy, they really want you dead. Chestbursters, facehuggers, adult dog aliens, warriors. This is the only level that combines them all. This time we have to enter the center and look who we have here. This guy looks familiar. Once you've cleared the area, find the exit and prepare for the final battle. The final task is at hand. It ends where it once began. You must succeed.
The galaxy is at peace.
Well, here we go. Same old shit. Destroy the X and kill that bitch! You have nothing to lose. You blast all of your grenades and chargers and best ammo at her. She takes quite a beating, but finally, the bitch is dead and you have finished the game. That's a photo finish if I've ever seen one. This will be the first time I'll see the ending. And the sky is burning. And then the planet explodes.
One question. Why?
Ripley goes into hypersleep and they live happily ever after. Well, I mean the aliens, of course. What a shitty ending. All that shit for nothing. In a way, it's just like in the movies. Everything always turns into shit. So let me conclude the third act by saying that it is one tough motherfucker, with one level almost making me give up the run. It's by far the hardest chapter of the three, with way too many enemies in my opinion. It just goes on and on and on. But when we look at the entire game, there were only 3 levels where I either died or failed the objective. I had more than enough health and ammo, so dying wasn't an option most of the time.
That must have been because of the difficulty setting, right? Well, there's only one way to find out. This is my second attempt, this time on a medium difficulty setting. I didn't record most of the gameplay though, but bear with me.
To my surprise, I didn't notice much of a difference. Yes, the enemies are a bit tougher and aggressive, at least I think so. The biggest difference is that you can't walk through the corpses without taking damage from the acid. In small corridors with multiple enemies, that can be a problem. But other than that, I had almost the exact same experience as on my first playthrough. In section 1, I only had problems in level 9 again, and it took me a few attempts to beat it. One time a synthetic knocked me off the platform, killing me instantly. I didn't record it though. I even managed to get to level 10, which I missed the first time around. It's just a refill level where you can take damage. Section 2 was finished without any hiccups. I was the most afraid of Section 3 and I figured that level 3 would be crucial to my success. And would you look at that? I knew what to expect, so I moved way more cautiously and had a bunch of energy and ammo left for my most hated level. Since you don't have to kill the aliens in the circle levels, I just tried to run past all of them, saving myself a bunch of ammo. That tactic worked pretty well, so I went with that from now on. But now I'm back at level 5, my arch nemesis. I won't lie, I didn't make it on my first attempt. I didn't die, but I restarted several times when I felt I didn't do really well. And just like last time, I managed to get through just fine until I fell into the pool of acid again. Fuck me, man. I lost half my energy on that. But fuck it, I'll take it. I just really hate that level. All of these fake walls and shit, it's freaking me out. To my surprise, the part I had the most trouble with was level 8. I died within 2 minutes. On this level, I really felt the rise in difficulty. I died several times and again I almost gave up because I couldn't figure out how to kill all the warriors. Eventually, I made it, but it was not pretty. The rest was kind of easy, even the bitch! Look, I had even more energy than on my first playthrough.
So I guess it was good that I started on easy. This way I could get used to the controls and learn the levels and enemy patterns.
In a way, the second playthrough was easier, even though it was set to medium, with the exception of level 8 in section 3.
But now I was wondering, what about the most difficult setting? I've heard that it is almost impossible to beat this game on difficult. Again, there's only one way to find out. Honestly, I'm a bit exhausted by this point, but I'm also a sucker for unnecessary challenges. So, here we go, attempt number 3.
On my third attempt, I knew exactly what to expect and where to look for the secrets. There's only one problem though.
The enemies respawn.
Yes, you heard me correctly. When you return to an area, the enemies are back. This counts for aliens and humans. So it's really important to know what you're doing in order to avoid going to areas that don't need revisiting. I was afraid that I wouldn't have enough ammo for the amount of enemies I expected. But it really wasn't that bad. Respawning humans give you ammo every time you kill them. I'll take that, thank you. And because I knew the levels, I didn't have to encounter the respawning enemies that often. Yes, they are tougher and more aggressive again, I think. But I would say that I've gotten pretty good at this game by now, at least compared to the beginning. Not even level 9 in section 1 gave me problems. I blasted through sections 1 and 2 like it was nothing, and I perfected the vertical aiming, the strafing and the shooting. See, I figured out that holding down the shoot button is useless. Hits only count when the enemies aren't in the "I've just been hit" animation. So I keep tapping the button constantly instead, making sure that every shot counts as a hit.
Remember, short controlled bursts.
The big question is, can I survive level 5 of section 3? Well, do you think? I killed a bunch of aliens on the lift and they all respawned at once when I came back. Okay, so I've pretty much mastered that level except for the acid pool part. But what about level 8? I can say it's official. Section 3, level 8 is the most brutal level, no doubt about it. On easy I got lucky, but on medium it was hardcore, and on difficult I just kept dying and dying and dying and dying. But eventually I made it and felt really good about myself. After that I just ran through the levels, shooting grenades at these motherfuckers left and right. So after playing this game for about 20 days, I beat it on all 3 difficulty settings, proving that it is indeed not impossible on difficult.
So I guess it's time for a final conclusion.
On your first playthrough, you will probably have a hard time. Confusing level layouts combined with hard-ass enemies can cause frustrations you haven't experienced in a while. The game is unforgiving at times, and failing means restarting the entire level. Especially some later levels go way overboard with the amount of warriors you have to face at once. The controls can be hard to get used to, especially the vertical aiming. Moving with the D-pad is something I'm glad we don't have to do in modern games anymore. I don't know why, but I keep pushing the D-pad really hard when it's getting intense, and sometimes I had to stop because my thumb hurt so much. After a particularly hard session, I felt it in my thumb for almost 3 days. I got stuck on walls a lot, and if you don't find the secrets, you will run short on ammo at some point. By my third playthrough, the game was almost a cakewalk, however. You have to learn the level layout and the enemy patterns. If you do that, you can enjoy the game's atmosphere to its fullest, I think. My first playthrough took me about 7 to 8 hours, with most regular levels taking about 15 minutes each. Facing a game with 35 scary levels can feel a bit overwhelming. But don't forget that of these 35 levels, 8 are for refilling ammo, 5 are the circle, and 3 are battles with the queen. So if you take those away, there are 19 regular levels in total. The queen battles are a bit of a letdown. Facing the same queen 3 times gets old pretty quickly, and she doesn't have any interesting attacks. If you're only used to modern shooters, this will not be something to just pick up and play. Retro gamers who like to play these old shooters and missed out on this one should give it a shot. It's an intense, stressful experience where it's all about survival. I like most of the weapons you have, with the exception of the 9mm, which is total crap and only used for shooting crates or eggs, and the flamethrower, which loses its fuel way too quickly. The great sound design of the weapons and the enemies, combined with the stellar soundtrack, just enhances the isolated feeling you have while sneaking through the corridors, looking for the next creature that is trying to kill you. Although it doesn't really take any plot points from the movies, I can appreciate what they did with the game and think Alien fans will not be disappointed by its content.
Is it still my favorite first-person shooter of all time? Of course not. It's not even my favorite Alien game anymore. That title goes to Alien Isolation, a game that just horrified me from start to finish.
After Alien Trilogy, quite a few Alien-themed games followed, like Alien Resurrection, the Aliens vs Predator games, and the dreaded Alien Colonial Marines. A game that I have wanted to play for some time now is Aliens vs Predator for the Atari Jaguar. Well, good luck with that. I'm really glad that I tackled this game again after all these years.
I feel like I've played it enough and I don't think I will play it again. Although I enjoyed it to a certain extent, I think I've seen everything the game has to offer and I'm ready to move on for good.
Hey everyone, this is GFrom. Thank you so much for watching this long ass episode. I really appreciate it. It's great to be back after all these years. Feel free to rate, comment and subscribe. I'll see you later. Have a nice day.